Who needs a quarterback? Who needs an offense? Who needs weapons when you have arguably one of the greatest defenses in NFL history? The Purple People Eaters, led by Alan Page, Larson, Jim Marshall, and Carson Eller. That's right, guys. Today we have the Minnesota Vikings, but we brought back the Purple People Eaters because we're going to see what they could do for this Minnesota Vikings squad. We need as much help as possible, and having these guys on the roster will definitely help out. The Vikings are 4-6, and they're about to play a very important game versus the Green Bay mother-loving Packers. As always, I have to force advance all the way up to this game, so to Week 12. You can see I did force advance all these games except for the remaining games, because that would make no sense. We're going to do multiple sims in this video. None of these players are going to have any stats going into these sims. They will get stats from Week 12 to Week 18. So we'll see how much production value they do. First sim is usually not the greatest. Second sim is usually when things get interesting. But they win the first game, which is nice. Jordan Love got sacked 3 times in this game. Packers put up 73 rushing yards, which is heavily surprising. But Vikings, 3 sacks came from 2 of them from Carl Eller. Did I say Carson? I might say Carson Eller. I meant Carl Eller. Am I butchering that? Hang on, hold up. I'm gonna triple check this one real fast. Nope, I'm right. It is Carl. And half a sack by Larson. Great defensive performance to win that game. Again, the second sim's usually the better one, so we'll see how this works out. But we're going to have a second one here, and they beat the Seattle Seahawks, okay? Now they play the Washington Commanders, and they lose 10-3. Ugh, that's an offensive issue, not a defensive issue. They beat the Cowgirls. Then they play the New York Giants. They beat the Giants. Not surprising. Then they play against the Lions. They win that game and finalize it off versus the Packers, where they do win and they make the playoffs at 10-7. So, for a team that really probably not making the playoffs this year, definitely changes a lot adding the Purple People Eaters. Purple People Eaters. Man, me saying words out loud, definitely not my greatest suit here right now. All right, so let's see. Carl Eller put up 10.5 sacks, led the team. Then you got Jim Marshall, who put up 7 sacks. Page put up 4.5 sacks. And Gary Larson put up 2.5 sacks in this season. So, putting some numbers on the board. 21st offense. Defensively, they were number 5. A lot better than their defense are in real life right now, so helps out a lot. So, first game they have is the Lions, who they beat earlier in the season. So 12-5 Lions. Let's see what happens. They win that game. I was not expecting them to win. Jared Goff sacked 3 times. And those 3 sacks, one by Gary Larson. And then it looks like Alan Page had half a sack. Nice. So offensively, they still got to get the job done. Eagles, divisional round versus 13-4. They lose 18-12. So, Jalen Hurts got sacked 6 times in this game. All right, Alan Page had 2 sacks. Eller had 1.5 sacks. And Gary Larson had 1 sack. Jim Marshall had half a sack. So, not what you want to see. But as always, we're going to do multiple sims. So, it's not just one sim. Because usually the first sim sucks, but that sim actually went very well. I was actually heavily surprised. All right, let's see how the second one goes. Hopefully better than the first. Getting an actual Super Bowl. This time they lose the Packers. Oh, that's not good. Not what you want to see. Then they lose to the Seahawks. Okay, this is when things get bad. Second sim, maybe not the move. Second sim is maybe not the move. Yeah, this second sim is actually going downhill very quickly. They beat the Cowgirls, which I think everyone is going to do that, let's be honest. Beat the Giants, okay. Then they play the Lions. So all they're doing now is kind of just ruining their draft pick, which sucks, but hey, it is what it is. All right, so this one, 6-11. Definitely not the first one you like to see, but what numbers we putting up? Okay, so the Purple People Eaters, not the greatest on this sim. They definitely had better times. Okay, 23rd ranked offense. What were we defensively? 6th. Okay. So we're constantly still putting ourselves in the best spot possible to be in that 6th spot. Like it. Always good. Let's try this again. Take 3. Hopefully we get a good second one like we got the first one. Hopefully. All right, we beat the Packers. I'll take that. I'll take the W's where we can get them, okay? We beat the Seahawks. Okay. So I guess this one's going to get better. Beat the Commanders. Hey, let's go. All right, so far so good. Lose to the Cowgirls? I'd rather lose to the Packers than the Cowgirls, man. Come on. We destroyed the Giants. Don't think the Giants saw that one coming. All right. And finalize it off versus the Green Bay mother-loving Packers. And you win that game 14-13. So the Vikings end up 5th seed here, which is a lot better than we could say in real life they might be. Let's see stats-wise. Defensively, boom, 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 boom. We got only 5.5 sacks. Wow. Yeah, nothing insanely crazy. 20th ranked offense. Defensively, number 4. So that's the best defense we've had so far. So we get to play the Lions in the first round of the playoffs, which is always fun. Always fun divisional matchups. And we lost 14-10. That's heart-wrenching. Whoa, hold up. Jared Goff was sacked 5 times. Who got the 5 sacks? 2 for Larson, 1 for Eller, 1 for Marshall, and it looks like Page did not get any. Wow, I expected Page to get some, but not the case there. All right, let's try this again, man. We're just going to keep doing sims. I want to see some successful sims here. And when by successful, I mean a Super Bowl, obviously. You know, I want to see it go all the way here. We're not just trying to end all be all here. Super Bowl. We're going right to Super Bowl. No messing around anymore. No joking around. This ain't haha giggles. Nah, none of that crap. This is some real crap right here. We got to go all the way. We got to make a name for ourselves. Okay. This time, we didn't even make the playoffs. We went 8-9. Not what you want to see. So, they help out a lot, but they can't do everything. And they also can't overcome an incompetent quarterback. No offense, J.J. McCarthy truthers, but J.J. McCarthy so far has not been the guy. So, you know. Got the J.J. McCarthy truthers, you know, having to accept reality at this point. So let's see. This time, 7-10. Yeah. Not what you want. Not the sexiest look there. Let's try this once more again. All right. Just one more shot at greatness, man. One more shot at greatness. Free throw from a 3-point line for the win. Let's go Vikings. 7-10. You know, we tried. We tried. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.